Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing great. I decided that I would do a series for the next little bit. And so I'm going to do a crystal series. Um, and so, just so you guys understand and beyond belief, on Monday, you get a video with me. On Wednesday, you get a video with Bonnie and I. And on Fridays, you get a video with Bonnie. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, the medium and the clairvoyant together, answering all these questions. And so, because this particular channel is dominant on intuition and energy and the universe, I'm going to do a crystal series. Before I get started on the actual series and every crystal and what they mean and what they represent, before I do that, I want to give you a video on the sort of what to know about crystals as far as where to wear them on your body, where to put them in your house, depending on what the crystals are for. I do keep crystals in my house all of the time. I'm going to try to cover some of the myths or perceptions out there that don't necessarily do the work that is claimed that they do. I'm going to give you sort of the how to as far as crystals go. So, I will say, first of all, that I do keep crystals in my house. I keep them in my office, especially. Typically, the crystals that I'll keep in my house are for protection and healing, and we'll get into which crystals those are. There are grounding crystals, there are healing crystals, there are confidence crystals, there are intuition crystals, there are belief for patterning crystals, there are opening crystals, there's blocking crystals, there's sort of everything in between. And their colors absolutely represent something too. So I'll go into that with this series with each particular crystal. So, a couple of things right off the bat that you want to understand. So, the first thing I'm going to share is what you do with crystals in your house. So, if you're looking to and before I go here, understand crystals are energy, and their job is to enhance whatever energy it is that you're using them for, depending on the crystal, right? So everything carries energy, and crystals are no exception to the rule. So before I get into the house, a couple things. I've heard a lot of theories about how you should cleanse your crystals in the moonlight first, rinse them in salt water. I heard someone say holy water. I'm not sure where I'm going to get holy water. Salt water, stick them out in the sun, in the moon, on a full moon, cleanse them again. I'm not going to tell you what to believe or what not to believe. Crystals are a gift from the earth. And when you're done using them or you've absorbed all of their energy, and I'm speaking as someone that literally absorbs them to the point that they're clear. As a matter of fact, when I first got this particular crystal, which is a smoky quartz, it was so dark you could hardly see through it. At some point through this little video series, I'll show you an amethyst that I have that. When my crystal guys brought it to me as a Christmas present, it was so dark purple you'd swear it was black, and now it's the whole mode or geode is almost see through, and it's huge. So you definitely sort of take on the energy of the crystals, and then you drain the crystals. So when you're done with the crystals, as much as everyone says cleanse them and move them along, if you're not feeling the same energy from the crystal, send them back to the earth and get a new one. Okay, they're not constant rechargeable. And even if they were like rechargeable batteries, eventually you're going to run out of the charge. So give them back to the earth, replace them, move on. Okay. So now we're going to go to the to where we would hold our crystals. So in our house, if we're looking to hold crystals for healing, then you want to have them in the main centers of your rooms, including your bedrooms. And you want to have them sort of in the main living area, if you will. So not against the walls. Stick some in the bowl on the coffee table, kind of thing. If you're looking for crystals to enhance confidence and belief system and stuff, you're going to use those on your body. So that's going to be different. Typically, the crystals that we'll put in our house are crystals of protection and crystals of healing and opening and, enhancing energy. If your crystals are for protection, then you want to stick them either on end tables or window ledges. A great way to do this is on window ledges, but you want them on the walls. Okay, you want them on the outside walls of the house. So you want to remember that if they're protection, you don't want to protect yourself from people in the house. And if you do, then stick them on the walls in your bedroom, for an example, that are going into other rooms of the house, the inside walls. But most of us want to protect ourselves from the outside, from outside energy. And so you want to stick them on your outside walls. Okay. Another thing that you can do is you can bury the crystals or have the crystals sit in your garden around the outside of your house. That's a pretty common thing. So, protection crystals will be on the outside walls, and crystals that are for your energy inside of the house, not protecting you from what's going on the outside. Your energy from inside of the house will be in center of rooms because you want it to expand the sort of entire or encompass the entire part of the room, right? Sort of makes sense. So, that's if you're putting it in your house, right? If you and I will tell you, I have a lot of people that love crystals that come and see me for sessions and stuff, and they'll tell me that they've got a pocket full of crystals. A pocket full of crystals isn't going to do you any good. Keeping in your pocket is going to do nothing because your sort of pocket center, your waist is not where you've got a severe energy point. At least with crystals, it's not where you have a severe energy point. So you want to have them if you're gonna wear crystals. So the other thing I have is people have all kinds of crystals in their pockets. People carry crystals in their purse, and handfuls of them. Okay, you want to keep in mind that when you're mixing your crystals, you're just mixing the energy. So you never really want to have more than two different types of crystals together, because if you're doing that, then you're counter affecting the energy. It just becomes this jumbled sort of ball of mess, and I think we're already a jumbled ball of mess, right? So when you're thinking of the body, how you want to think about it is where you want the connection to come from. So, where you want the energy to be affected. Do you want the energy to be affected intuitively or with the universe? Do you want the energy to be affected with the earth? Do you want the energy to be affected by people? Okay. So, if you're looking to ground yourself, if you're looking for grounding, the crystals that you should be wearing should be at your ankles because they're attached to the earth, right? And so, if you're trying to do any grounding, you want your crystals to be in the ankle area. If you're looking to protect yourself from people or to shift energy from people, then you want your crystals to be on your fingers or on your wrist because that will be where we shift energy from other people. So, for an example, I wear a sapphire around my wrist. Um, and this, you'll discover through my crystals as I teach this all, will is a form of protection. Okay, so it's a form of open protection, if that makes any sense. And so I wear it at my wrist. If I was looking to wear a filter so that I could filter people's energies, I would wear it at my wrist or my fingers. So if you're looking for your crystals to affect the energy of the people around you or affect you from the people around you, then you want to wear them on your hands and wrists. So where the points come out, right? Anything from the head is the universe, anything from the feet is the earth, and anything from your hands is the energy that surrounds us. So then if you're looking to wear a crystal that will benefit you energetically connected to the universe, connected to your intuition, any of those things, you want to wear it around your neck, at your chest area. I have seen specific crystals. Um, as a matter of fact, I wish jewelers actually really, outside of understanding gemology, I wish they understood the energy connection to the crystals because I see a lot of jewelers out there that'll put, black diamonds as necklaces, smoky quartz as necklaces, tiger's eyes as necklaces. And the problem with that is that now what you're doing is you're filtering, protecting, or stopping energy from the universe, energy from your intuition, right? That's a blocker, not a bringer. And so, especially when you're looking around your neck, you want to be aware of what it is that you're wearing and why you're wearing it, right? So, anything from the universe or intuition is your around your neck. Anything that you're wanting to deal with people is in your hands, and anything that you want to deal with the earth is on your feet, right? So, hopefully that'll help everyone sort of understand where the crystals go, kind of what you do with them. Now, the last thing I'm going to share in this one is the the potency or the amount of energy that your crystals will give you is different depending on whether they're see-through or solid. Okay. And so, what I actually mean by that is if it's a see through crystal, and so, that means can you see through it? Okay. So, for an example, I can actually see my screen right now if I'm looking through the smoky quartz. If you can see through the crystal, then it filters the energy through. So the energy sort of transfers through it. It's a it's a slower sort of steady stream if you want to look at it from that way. If you're looking at it from it being, like a water tap, it's a steady stream that just keeps coming. If it is a solid crystal, and I apologize because I don't have any solid crystals sitting near me right this second. I have, yeah, I don't, that's not solid. I don't have a solid crystal sitting with me at this particular moment, but some examples of solid crystals is pyrite. Oh, I've got a solid here. I think this is a bloodstone. Okay, so this is a solid crystal. So another example of solid crystals would be sort of pyrite, onyx, obsidian, malachite is a solid crystal. And so when your crystals are solid, it's a stopper. Okay, so it will either block energy from coming through completely so that it just stays all your sort of picking up or absorbing is your energy, or it'll stop other things from coming through, right? So if you think of a solid crystal like a wall and a see-through crystal like a running tap, right? So those are important things to understand. The other thing that's important to understand is being sort of cautiously aware as to how open you want to be. I see a lot of people out there wearing clear quartz around their neck, and I really love moonstone, and even I would probably wear a moonstone around my neck. But you want to remember that the clearer and the lighter the crystal, the more of an opener it is, right? So a clearer energy is a filter and an opener, and the lighter and clearer that it is, the more open and the faster the filter comes through, right? So, if you're looking, I've had a lot of people over the years, and I've taught crystal classes in, gym shops and that kind of stuff over the years. And I've had a lot of people who are really drawn to wearing like a clear quartz, for an example, at their neck. And the clear quartz is about as open as you can get, right? So when you're thinking of a clear quartz, just as an example, which is so see-through, it almost looks like ice, really. It's like a cheap version of diamond. But when it's going through, it's so clear that there's no blocker, if you will. There's no filtration that's coming through. So it's like having a complete open tap, right? So if you think of your Breville water filter, just as an example, when you're filling that Breville pitcher and you don't have a filter on there, the water's just coming through like crazy. And then you put a filter on there and the water starts to trickle as it's being filtered. Same thing. The lighter and the clearer the crystal, the faster the the um, stream of energy, if you will. So let's see if there's anything else that I want to tell you, just sort of in the nuts and bolts of crystals. Just give me a second. I think while I'm doing this session, series, really, because it's going to be the crystals and colors series. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna share the energy about the crystals, but I'm going to share them based on the colors. So I'm actually going to share based on what colors you need for what, and what crystals represent those colors. The crystals hold the same energy as the colors, and the reason that I'm going to do that is because I'm not a huge advocate of you should go out and have all these crystals. And again, I'm going to stress it. You don't want to have any more than a couple of crystals that you wear at a time, preferably not in the same area. So you right? So you wanna limit the amount of crystals that you're wearing, but also I'm not one of those coaches or clairvoyants out there that tells everybody that they gotta have all different kinds of crystals because you can get away with it, or at least you can get away with it on a temporary basis by just wearing the color. And so I'm gonna share the difference sort of between those and what the difference is between the jolt of wearing it versus the ongoing process of wearing it as a color versus the ongoing process of wearing it as a crystal. So this series is starting today and it's going to continue on every Monday until I guess I've gone through the entire rainbow of crystals. I look forward to seeing you guys. I hope that you enjoy this. And don't forget, first of all, absolutely like and describe all that fun stuff. But if you have any questions for me about crystals and colors, anything that you want to know, put them in the comment section. I will do my level best to answer them, especially in the videos. And if I get enough questions, then I'll have a whole question and answer session where it's, just a list of them. And if it's popular enough, I'll go live one Monday and you guys can all ask me whatever you want to ask me about your crystal. So I hope you enjoy the process of colors and crystals. I look forward to us working together every Monday. Don't forget that on Wednesday here at Beyond Belief, you get the clairvoyant and the medium, me and Bonnie answering questions. And then on Friday, of course, you get our renowned medium, Bonnie, doing videos on whatever her topics are because I don't control her topics. And of course, on Mondays, you're going to see me. And for the next little bit, it's going to be colors and crystals. Hope you enjoy. Look forward to seeing you again next Monday. Mwah. Take care, everybody. Bye.